My Pokemon team is completely determined by whatever I hit on a dartboard. Let's get this party started. As you can see, I made an entire dartboard full of Pokemon, some weak, some strong, and we got a Mewtwo in the bullseye. To start off, I did indeed strike a Talonflame for my first throw, so that will be the first Pokemon of our team. Next, I hit the king himself, my favorite Pokemon, Cradily, so I was super pumped about that. After that, my dumbass sent a flying dart straight into the wall. Nobody tell the landlord, please. Then I got the mad bug itself, Mr. Whoop Kricketune. Next up, we got a Zoomerl. What an awesome Pokemon. I use this thing in so many playthroughs of Pokemon Emerald and it's always a champ. After that, I struck Kricketune a second time, but I decided to have a Dupe's Claws, so I'm gonna rethrow it. Next up, the awesome pro wrestler fighting and flying type Pokemon Hawlucha. What a great addition to the team. And for our final Pokemon, I unfortunately got a Bidoof. What a useless bucktooth meat sack. But whatever, I have to use it. And there's our team. Talonflame, Cradily, Kricketune, Azumarill, Hawlucha, and Bidoof. A pretty decent team. The biggest flaw is that they're mostly physical attackers, but at least we have good type diversity. Now you're probably wondering, what game am I playing? Well, since we do a lot of ROM hacks on this channel, I decided to give Pokemon GS Chronicles a try, which is a GBA version of the Johto games that combines elements from Gold, Silver, Crystal, as well as Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Alright, so we start off in New Barktown and I give myself all 6 Pokemon right away. Now, is having fully evolved Pokemon at level 5 too overpowered for the start of the game? Yes. Yes, it is. Anyways, we make our way through Cherry Grove City and Route 30 up to Professor Oak's house. After that, I crush my rival Cyndaquil with a Zoomerl and we're off to collect some gym badges. The early game is a breeze, having 6 Pokemon, and we took on Bellsprout Tower like a children's playground. Next, we head into Falkner's gym, and it's cool to see his team a bit higher level in this ROM hack, but it was no challenge. After obtaining the first gym badge, we have to do this little Team Rocket event added to the story in this ROM hack, featuring a double battle with Chris. Then I solve a puzzle in the ruins of Elf, and I meet Bugsy, whose gym I'm headed to next. I battle lots of trainers in the next route in Union Cave before entering Azalea Town. Now when I got here, my game crashed, which was really unfortunate because I had to redo everything from the point of when I just beat the first gym. This was really a pain in the ass because I did a lot of training with my Pokemon, and this was the first of many glitches to come in this ROM hack. I understand this ROM hack is still in beta, but damn, it's been like 4 years now since it's been out. Anyways, my Pokemon destroyed Team Rocket and Slowpoke well, and now I gotta battle the second gym. This gym was swept just by Hawlucha, who has Aerial Ace, so it was a piece of cake. Following that, I head into Ilex Forest where I battle my rival using only Cradily the King. I battle another Team Rocket grunt who's up to no good and take out the other trainers in the forest and the route after. This takes us to Goldenrod City where we have this new story plot involving Team Rocket and a new underground sewer area to clear out. Now my team is shaping up to be really strong at this point, other than Bidoof, who's unsurprisingly lagging behind. I get TM Sludge Bomb here and teach it to Cradily, which is a pretty strong move to have at this point in the game. There's a boatload of Team Rocket Goombas down here that I had to take out, but eventually I beat them all and we can head into the third gym. In this game, the normal type gym was converted into a fairy type gym, so that's kinda cool, and their levels are all higher. Miltank is now fairy type and Whitney has other evolved Pokemon as well, but I was able to defeat her without much of an issue. Next, we go through National Park and up to Ecruteak City where I battle my rival and watch the legendary dogs escape. Really quick, if you're enjoying the video so far, feel free to hit the subscribe button for more awesome Pokemon videos. I also plan on doing a lot more commentated playthroughs of different Pokemon games and ROM hacks, so if you have any suggestions for future videos, feel free to let me know down below. Your feedback is always appreciated. It's time to take on Morty. This gym in general wasn't too tough, and my team is pretty stacked at this point with all my Pokemon around level 30. I had to battle one of the Team Rocket executives at the Kimono Girl's place, but she wasn't hard at all. Next, we go to the next route, battle some trainers, and Cradily learns Rock Slide, which is awesome. I head into Olivine City and have to battle this reporter lady, and during this battle, Kricketune learns X-Scissor. Nice. After that, I head into the lighthouse and battle a series of trainers here before surfing across the sea to Cyanwood Town. The gym here is the same puzzle as Heart Gold and Soul Silver, and I face all the trainers mostly using Hawlucha and Talonflame. After that, I go ahead and battle Chuck the Cuck, and I was able to defeat him with my flying Pokemon and Azumarill Fairy-type Play Rough. That's 5 gym badges down, and I receive TM Power-Up Punch, which I give to Hawlucha. It's time to head back to Olivine and challenge Jasmine's gym, but little to my knowledge, this gym was very rigorous. Like I mentioned near the beginning, the biggest flaw with my team is they're pretty much all physical attackers, and Jasmine's Steel-type Pokemon have a high defense, especially her Bastiodon and Steelix. I had to go grind up some XP on trainers and wild Pokemon. Then I started experiencing this weird glitch where my Pokemon would have more HP than they're supposed to. This starts to happen a number of times during the remainder of the game, and just another buggy part of the playthrough of this ROM hack. I head back to the gym after all that training, and I'm finally met with success, being a few levels higher, and I built a combo of Hawlucha's power-up punches. After that, I go back to Ekutique City and have a battle with Chris at the building with the Elders. At this point, my Pokemon are all around level 40, but the levels of each trainer I battle are pretty similar. Next, I head to Mahogany Town and annihilate the Red Gyarados before going into Team Rocket's secret base. I have to battle a bunch of low-level dunces and took down a newly added Rocket Executive. The final battle of the base was teaming up with Lance, and it was a piece of cake. In this ROM hack, the Ice-type gym leader is Lorelei, who is normally an Elite Four member, and she is much tougher than Pryce. This gym took me a number of tries because all my Pokemon with super effective moves are weak to Ice or Water types she has. She even has Freeze Dry on some of her Pokemon, which is super effective on Azumarill, making 4 of my Pokemon vulnerable. Finally, I was able to win with Hawlucha coming in clutch once again. I have no idea how it survived on 1 health, but it was enough to secure a dub. Next, I go to Ice Path, which leads to Blackthorn City, and I have to battle Chris once again, who is not a tough opponent. Now on to Radio Tower. This place has tons of Team Rocket grunts and executives to battle, and the difficulty starts to increase a little bit with everyone using fully evolved Pokemon on their teams. The good thing is that they're giving my Pokemon lots of XP, so most of my team is able to reach levels in the high 50s. Team Rocket Executive Archer is the final battle here, and I was overwhelmed the first time and he unfortunately defeated me, but I was able to make a comeback and win at my second attempt. I arrived back in Blackthorn City to continue my quest of obtaining the final gym badge. Claire was pretty difficult. She had a team of evolved dragon Pokemon as well as a Mega Gyarados. Her team was very strong with all of her Pokemon having high damage moves, and it took me 3 attempts to beat her. It didn't take as long as the last 2 gyms, but was still a hurdle to overcome. I get my final gym badge in Dragon's Den, and I'm off to battle the Kimono Girls back in Ekutique City. After that, I'm on to Bell Tower, where I enter the puzzle that leads me to my encounter with Ho-Oh, who's level 63 in this ROM hack, but I took it down no problem. Up next is finally Victory Road in the Pokemon League, which in this game is at the waterfall route west of Cyan Wood that was added in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Now, Victory Road in this game is nonsense. It's a very complex maze that has different biomes in it that have all entrances and exits everywhere that lead you to different areas. There's a cave, a forest, a swamp, a massive waterfall puzzle, and ice puzzle that all took me over an hour to navigate through. Then I got this weird-ass glitch where I started surfing on land and walking on water. The amount of glitches in this ROM hack is giving Game Freak a run for their money. It was kinda bogus, but eventually I reached the end, where I had to battle Gym Leader Pryce, who finally decides to show up in this game. He has a Mega Abomasnow and a full team of strong heavy hitters, but I was able to take him down swiftly. We finally reached the Pokemon League, and this Elite Four was fucking hard as hell. In this ROM hack, you can challenge the Elite Four in any order you want, but even with my team in the 60s, I was still getting my ass kicked a number of times due to them using some pretty advanced strategies. This Tyranitar even gains 4 levels mid-battle when it Mega Evolved, so I barely stood a chance against these cheaters. Eventually, I beat these assholes and reached the champion, or so I thought, because then my rival shows up and battles me using a monstrous new Mega Typhlosion that I've never seen before. It took me quite a few tries to beat him, and once I finally did, I then had to battle Chris right after, who uses an ass-ugly looking fan-made Mega Luxray that demolishes me without a chance. I then have to resort to grinding up more levels in Victory Road until the final tragedy occurs. When I enter the Elite Four again with my newly trained team, I ended up saving the game inside the league, which ends up soft-locking the fucking game. This is absolutely bullshit because I spent all this time making my Pokemon stronger only to break the game to an unplayable state. My last backup point was from around the 4th gym, so there was no way in hell I wanted to play through the whole thing again. So, I guess I'll just take the L on this one. But it was definitely a fun playthrough using a Pokemon team selected from a dartboard. I unfortunately can't recommend this ROM hack if you haven't tried it, because I think playing a hack such as Sacred Gold and Storm Silver will give you a much better experience for Johto. I understand this ROM hack is still in beta, but it's been in this state for many years, so who knows if it'll reach a full release without the bugs and glitches. Anyways, thanks for watching, and be sure to check out some of my other Pokemon videos. I'll see you all in the next one.